Jai Srimanarayana to you all. A very happy new year to you all. At the outset, we offer Mangala Sasanams to all the devotees who assembled here on this auspicious day, the 18th day of Dhanurmasam. We are so happy to see you all here. And we are really delighted to see the wonderful performances made by the children, Prajna children here, as trained by Srimati Sri Vaniji and Sriman Vasudevji. Do you think it's an easy task? We chant many stotras, we chant many slokas. Probably we chant many prayers too. Can you turn on the lights? All the lights? So that we can see you too. The children did a miraculous job. Don't you consider so? We learned many slokas. Probably most of you also must be chanting Sri Vishnu Sahasrnama Stotram. When we chant, we know how to go forward. We won't be able to remember what the previous sloka is. Can you? It's very difficult. Not only previous sloka, once we started the sloka and coming to the end, even we don't remember the beginning of the sloka as well. Wonderful thing. Vasudevji took, I am sure, a lot of pain and strain in teaching the kids the slokas, the stotram, and also doing the avadhanam performance. What they did here is really awesome. Audience, the elders who are here are just searching for the questions. But students, all the prajnats, all the children, they did not take in even a second time to just reply. How fast they are. What does it say to all of us? Memory power. Memory power. Is it useful for our kids? Yes, it's really useful. When they learn this talent, they can use it anywhere. In their school, they can use it. In their life, they can use it. Not necessarily in the prajna. Not just confining to Vishnu Sahasranamam or Bhagavad Gita. They can use it even their regular academic courses as well. And they can mesmerize their friends. I'm very happy that they have taken the task and made the children really highly talented. So kudos to Srimati Sri Vaniji and Vasudevji. Who did an incredible job in sharpening their minds. We offer Mangala Sasanams. Sarada ji is here, who is a wonderful guide to all the US, giving the skills how to develop this avadhana process in different centers. We offer Mangala Sessions to Saradaji also for giving wonderful guidance to them. The songs and the dances, all the teams performed in praying, in offering their obeisances to a great Guru, Ramanujacharya Swami, also were so wonderful. And really, they did wonderful performance, and I guess that how much effort they put in preparing themselves, and also the children. Mangala Sessions to all of them. This is a very unique year, my friends. You must be knowing. There are many years come and go. This is not the first year, right? Because it's the flow of the time. We might have seen many years coming, moving, passing on. And we have seen many year ends, many year beginnings too. But what is the new for this year, 2017? It's really a unique, the number is unique, and the year also is pretty unique when we understand the relevance of this year. Before really entering that, we'd like to start with a small bhajan. Should we do that? All of you are joining us, right? Great. Let us do it. Let us chant it so that it spreads into the space and reaches the feet of Ramanujacharya Swami. Okay? Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Chanting the name of the Lord is always good. Purifies us, purifies the mind, purifies the heart, purifies the soul. It helps us in many ways. God blessed us with wonderful tools. We need not have mridangam, we need not have tabla. We need only our energy to be utilized. God-given wonderful tools are with us, instruments. What are they? Let's use them too. Should we? Okay. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Bolo Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Sriman Narayana. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Jai Sriman Narayana, Jai Jai Jai. Bol Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki, Ramachandra Maharaj ki, Ramanuja Swamiji Maharaj ki, Samasta Bhakta Vrind ki. Jai Shri Narayana. Chanting the name is always cool. Gives us joy. Friends and devotees, this month is pretty auspicious. According to the solar calendar, this month is called as Dhanur Masa. According to the lunar calendar, this month is considered as Margasirsha Masa, gone, and Pushyam started. But this month is pretty auspicious because it is considered as the month of Lord Himself. Bhagavad Gita said that. This month, God said, I am this month. Anything done during this month, I take care of those people. I bestow all the wishes fulfilled. I give everything to them. Goda Devi conducted a wonderful performance during this month, which is called as Dhanurmasa Vrata. 30 days she did, 30 songs she offered to the Lord. As a result of that, something that cannot be achieved otherwise was achieved by Goda Devi. You know, deities in the temple, Vigrahas. Goda Devi loved that Vigraha and then achieved him in a performance called marriage. A mortal girl proved herself that if you do something sincerely, he will respond. Can you believe in this? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's the history that took place 5,000 years ago. According to the history, Goda Devi appeared on this earth during 93rd year of Kali Yuga. We live in a period which is called Kali, and it started 5,117 years before. After Kali started, Goda Devi appeared on 93rd year, and at the very young age she performed this Dhanurmasa Vratam for 30 days, and she got a call from Lord Ranganatha. She was taken to the temple, Ranganatha temple in Sri Rangam, from a place where she used to live called Sri Villiputtur. Sri Villiputtur, which is in the southern tip of India. From there they brought Goda Devi with all the temple honors, and a marriage celebration took place in Sri Rangam. along with the deities, she also followed to the sanctum sanctorum. She went into the sanctum and then she disappeared. When her father, who was called as Vishnu Chitta, or otherwise Periyalvar in Tamil, he said, I want my daughter. How many of you know the story of Andal? Good. It's really interesting. How many people here belong to Telugu speaking communities? Good. Do you have any idea about a great king, a great emperor, who is a great poet too? Sri Krishna Devaraya. How many of you know him? Good. He wrote a great poetry in Telugu script. Do you know the name of that? Amukta Malyada. What does it mean? That is Andal. That is Andal only. Amukta Malyada is Andal. How that name came to her? Because of her great achievement. What was that? I'll tell you the story in brief, okay? You might have heard that, but you need to know that. Goda Devi appeared to Vishnu Chitta Swami, who used to live in Srivilliputturu making tulsi garlands and offering to Vatapatra Sai, who is the presiding deity of the temple. One day he found a little baby and he had no issue, he had no children. So when he found that little girl, he thought, who is she? And the little baby just, stretching her hands, asking him to take, thought it is the God's blessing. She was found in a place where he makes garlands. So he named her as a garland, Kodai. Kodai means a garland. So the name given to her as a Kodai. So during the time it became Goda. He taught all the Krishna stories to that girl. She grew up with Krishna's love. She always wanted to play with Krishna. She always wanted to go to Krishna's place where he was just playing with the gopikas and taking the butter and making all kinds of naughty activities. But father said it's not possible, because she used to live in Srivilliputturu, which is in south, and the place was Madhura, which is in the north. Almost 2,000 kilometers distance. So it's very difficult to go. There were in those days many forests. It's very difficult to go. But she said, I want somehow to see the Krishna. Where can I see God? I asked you a question. Did you see God? Did you see God? Directly. How many of you? Nobody's dare enough to say anything. If said, Swamiji, again, may I ask a question, what color? Or maybe what is the size of him? Right? You're all seeing God, but you didn't believe in him. You're all seeing God. Let me explain to you. What is the place of God? Can you tell me first? Everywhere? Really? Nice. So you know something about God. That's great. God stays everywhere, because that's what Prahlada said. Indu galadu, sandehamu valadu chakri, Sarvopagatundu. So he stays everywhere. He is an all-pervasive personality. So he is everywhere. Everywhere means, is he here? Is he there? Is he in this? In this? In me? In you? Sure. Again doubt. He's everywhere. Yes. So every object becomes his place because he's everywhere. But you are not able to identify, you are not able to recognize, because you have given certain names to the figures you see. You have given a name to this. What is that? Microphone. You have given a name to this. A chair. You have given a name to this. A stage. You have given a name to that. A roof. A ceiling. Right? You are right. You have given different names because you are already fixed your mind with a name. When you see a form, you are not able to reach the inner core of that particular object, though he is everywhere. You said he is everywhere and he is in this too. Though he is in this too, but you gave a name like microphone. So your vision is blocking to see the inner presence of God. Right? Did you understand to that extent? So the external form is something that's blocking our vision. What is that? What is that? What are the idols kept there? What are they? Rama and Ramanuja. Right? Who are they? God, right? You call it God, right? Why you call it God? Because it's everywhere. He's here. He's there too. But you won't call it God. But you call it God. Why? Why? The form, external form, allows you to call him as God. The physical form that is given, that is making you to realize, to recognize, to understand the presence there, not here. Here you gave a name to this kind of structure as a chair. For this you gave a name like a cloth. For this, you gave a name called mic. For that, you gave a name called a stand. But for that, you gave a name like God. You understand? That is also some object among many things. But the form that you have given is not stopping you at the physical level. It permits you to understand, at least to recognize that it is God. Physical form that makes us recognize, that allows us to recognize. So we are able to do that. To recognize the presence of God, a physical presence, a physical form is very much needed. That is there. So you said that. Have you been to temple ever? How many of you? What did you see there in the temple? Have you been to Tirupati, Tirumala? How many of you? Okay. What did you see there? Huh? God? Really? Is it God? Really? You saw God there. Now you tell me, did you see God directly? Directly. How many of you? Again doubt. Again you are in doubt. I understand why you got the doubt. Can I tell that? When you say He is God, Swamiji, He is not talking to us. He is not drinking or eating. He is not moving. How can He become God? Is it your question, right? That's why we say it is a form of God. Some people say it's a form of God. No, it's God Himself. It's God Himself. When you say it is God, when you say this is also God, that also becomes God, right? But there you are able to recognize, here you won't. But why He is not talking then? God made certain rules to the objects we have around. Tree should not walk. Animal can walk. We are also animals, right? We are vertical animals. And some are horizontal animals. Doesn't matter. These can walk. But a tree should not walk. And this microphone should not move on its own. If I move with my hand, that's okay. But it should not move on its own. Because these are inert objects. Non-sentient objects. But we, the bodies, are sentient objects. We move, animated. We are moving. There are two types of objects in this world. Few are moving and few are non-moving. For each one of them, God made certain rules. A moving object can do certain things like eating, drinking, sleeping, this kind of activities that can do. But an inert object should not do that. That's the rule. We can make noise. We can speak. This should not. That's the reason stones, they won't speak on their own. We speak. And stones do not eat. We can. Because we are moving. Moving objects. For everyone, God made certain rule. And God is in everything also. God is in you, God is in me, God is in everywhere, in every object. Though He is in every object, but whatever the rule He made to the object, He follows very strictly. If it is a tree, He keeps Himself in the tree, but He acts like the tree acts. That's it. Did you ever play chess? Do you know chess? Yes. You purchase the board. You purchase the pawns. Still, you can't put them in a way you like. Do you put them like that? How do you put them? You put in the order that is recommended to. What should be in the first row? What should be in the second row? And what is 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5? You just simply follow that. Why should I follow? I purchased it. These are my pawns. Let me put the king there. Can you put like that? Then that never becomes enjoyable thing. You made certain rules, follow those rules. God made certain rules, He very strictly follows. Whether we follow them or not, But he follows those rules very strictly. A stone by itself should not move. A metal by itself should not move. Whereas an animal, an insect, a creature can move on its own. Eat, drink. It can do all the activities. But an non-sentient object should not do that. But he will be in everything. So when he keeps himself in the form of a deity, maybe made of a wood, stone, metal, the rules of that particular object is not to act on its own. So he doesn't act through that, but he will be there. Through us he acts, moves, talks, eats, watches, listens. He does every activity, but he is there. Reaching him is very difficult here. Reaching him easy there. You know why? Here we have our own egos also incorporated in this. But there, no egos are there. There are no specific things. Whatever you attribute, it simply accepts that. And if you say it is God, it simply accepts that it is God. Anything reaches directly there. But with us, we don't permit to reach like that. We want everything to stop with us. You are seeing a body physically. In the body there are certain elements, and behind them there is a mechanism called manas, buddhi, indriyas, and atma, and then Paramatma is here. He kept those things as his cage, and in that he presents. Through that he works. Here, anything that comes to us, we should see that it reaches him, right? But are we permitting like that? To reach him everything? No. When we eat any kind of food, actually it is he who eats always, not we. It's not the body that eats. It's only the inner power whom we call as God. He eats that. But are we saying that he is eating? I eat. Right? I eat. It's not the body that can eat. It's only he can eat. He can digest. He made it very clear also in Bhagavad Gita in 15th chapter. Aham Vaiswanaro bhutva praninam deham asritaha. Prana apana samayuktaha pachami annam Chaturvidham. I am the one indweller of all the creatures, receiving all the foods, digest them totally, distributes to the whole body. I am the responsible one. But are we giving him everything? I like it. I eat it. I dislike. I don't eat. We are always surprised sometimes to see this. Nowadays people started eating with spoons, right? So you keep everything ready in the plate, and you also kept the spoon in the food whatever that you prepared. Imagine when you put the spoon started eating that. What happens? You put the spoon and you are just taking it to the mouth. Meanwhile, spoon itself started eating. Do you allow that? What is the duty of the spoon? Simply should drop in the mouth, right? It should not retain with it. Okay. When spoon is eating, you throw it out. You don't keep it with you. When you put something in the mouth, what is the duty of a mouth? If a mouth says, oh, it's so really good, so delicious, so tasteful, I don't want to give it to the stomach. It kept only with it. What happens then? You have to consult a doctor. Doctor, something is blocking me. Then doctor paves the way. Then it goes to the stomach. Right? It should go. When you keep the spoon, spoon should not eat. It should see that it reaches there. When you drop it into the mouth, mouth should not retain it with it. It should drop into the stomach. When it reached the stomach, stomach said, oh, it's so beautiful, let me keep it with me. What happens then? Indigestion. Again you go to doctor, and doctor should help you. Stomach digests the whole thing and distribute all through the body. You are happy. You know what you say then? I'm happy. I'm happy. Hand, spoon, plate, mouth, stomach, all these are just passing on the taste, the touch, the feel of the food to the next level, because they are being inspired by the next level only. Now, after reaching that to you, what is your duty? You have someone behind you who is responsible for all your activities. Do you know that? Do you have someone in your stomach or in your heart who is controlling you all? We don't know. Probably we didn't see them. We don't know the inner mechanism. But for sure there is something inside, my friends, which you call as Paramatma, God. He is inside you. You are sleeping every day, right? Why? Why do you sleep? We need some rest. Why rest? Because you are tired. Because you are tired, you need a little rest. You sleep. Why you are tired? Because I worked. So when you work, you are tired. When you are tired, you need rest. Fine. You are really great. So that you can work more. What about the heart you have? Heart is also working, right? So because heart is working, heart also needs a kind of rest. So when you sleep, during your daytime, heart need not sleep. But after you slept, then heart should say, hey, I also worked very hard, right? Without any rest. Let me also take a couple of minutes rest. What happens? Who is working there behind the heart? Do you know that? Do you have any idea? Are you responsible for your heart functioning? Are you? If you are responsible, no cardiologists are needed then. We are not responsible for the functioning of our own heart. There is someone behind. Who is making the heart to function? That is God. When He is the responsible one, whatever that comes to you to experience, is it not your duty to pass it on to Him also? As the hand passing on to mouth, mouth passing on to the stomach, stomach passing it on to the whole body, and body passing it on to you to say, I am happy. My hungry is satiated. Is it not then your duty also to say, yes, it should go to God? Krishnarpanamastu. Should we say it or not? How many of us are saying that? Every day. Every now and then. Whenever you drink, whenever you eat, whenever you do anything, are you saying ever Krishnarpanamastu? We are stopping. What's happening? When your hand dropped something into the mouth and mouth is not sending to the stomach, then you think that there is some mistake. There is some problem. There is some problem probably in this machine. So also, when things coming to you and you are not passing it on to the inner core, which we call as God, there is some problem with you also. That problem is called ego. That problem is called arrogance. And here with us, there is a kind of ego and arrogance block or break the connectivity between God and us. So doing something here is really not worth. But doing something there, it never stops anything. When you say Om Ramaya Namaha, Krishnaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, when you say it is for God, that object never says no, it's for me. Whenever somebody comes to you and say, you are really great, Andy, you are God, you are God, what do you do then? Somebody comes to you and just do a namaskaram to you and say, oh, you are really God, Andy, you are God for me. Somebody should bring a tape and measure your chest then. Immediately at least 2 to 4 inches expansion. Ego. What we call it? Ego. That ego is not there with that. So it's easy to attribute, understand, and also perceive the presence of God there rather than here or there. God is pretty much with us. Yes, God is pretty much here also. But it's very difficult because we have given different names to these objects, not able to perceive. Give name like God only there, easy to understand God there. In the form of Vigraha, it's easy to understand God and do something there. Some people do think doing puja to Vigrahas is only a beginning step. Not having anything is final step, which is not right. Which is not right. When God is very much there, that becomes the first step. It takes you into that. That becomes the last step also, because He is already there. When your mother is there right in front of you, is it necessary to take her photograph and say, Om Matre Namaha, Matre Namaha? Is it required to do the puja to the photograph when mother is directly there? We know the story of a great lady to whom her mother said when she was young, you should always do puja to your husband. Understand? So she was probably well caring her mother, so she wanted to do puja every day to her husband. Yeah, that means she is really great, right? But if at all he is in some work, she says, I want to do puja to you. Come on. Otherwise, she takes a broomstick. So, very lovely lady. So, when the person is there, you need not do something else somewhere else. There itself you can do. But with respect, with love, with faith. How many of you have puja mandirs in your home? You have? Who is there in the puja mandir? Is it God or ghost? You have God? Right. Do you offer something to Him every day? Oh, great. So now tell me, did you see God then? How many of you saw God directly? Again doubt. He gained out. My friends, we are missing God, not because He is not there. God is very much there. In your home, in the small photograph if you keep, there He presents. Or if you have a small deity, He is very much there. Or if you go to the temple, He also is very much there. He is available in those forms, but we are not believing in the form He is appearing for us. We didn't believe in Him. We thought it is only just a supporting system, something made of metal, something made of wood. Now I come to the question, why didn't He eat then? Why is not drinking? Why is not talking? I ask you a question. You sat down in the puja mandir to do the puja. You organized everything. Suddenly the statue, the deity which you kept there for puja, started moving like this. Started walking towards you. What do you do then? Huh? You are scared. God doesn't want to scare you, so He doesn't move. Yeah? Because something that is made of stone, metal, or wood, or paper should not move on its own. That is the law of this nature. So, when He appears in that particular form, He doesn't move, because that's not the nature of that object. So He doesn't move. When you sat down in the puja, and all of a sudden He started talking to you, "Hi, how are you?" What happens? Same thing. You run away immediately. You vacate the room, and you never enter that room at all, because you think there is something wrong. He doesn't want to scare you, remember. He doesn't want to scare you. And because such a kind of body, if at all He takes, it should not speak. So He doesn't speak. Yes. But some people do ask us, "Swamiji, at least we offer a lot of foodstuffs. He can eat something, right?" Imagine one day you prepared very delicious kajas. Understand kaja? Mysore pak? Gulab jam? Right. You prepared wonderful gulab jam for friends. You invited friends and you prepared so many gulab jamuns and Mysore pak stuff, and then you kept it before God and said, "Naivedyam samarpayami." The moment you opened the eyes, He ate everything. Do you tolerate? Do you offer anything again? You never do that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to create such a kind of situation where you really get upset and never look at Him. So He doesn't want to eat. I'd like to tell you something. God doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to talk. He doesn't want to move. The very purpose of His coming to us, being with us, is to give you food, make you to speak. He wants you to be in action. He doesn't need to move. He wants you to act upon things, because the body is given for that purpose. He need not speak with us, but we need to talk about Him. We need to share our experiences to people. He need not eat anything. If at all He wants to eat, can you really satisfy His stomach? Can you? When you said He's all-pervasive one, how much can you give to Him? how much you have with you. You may bring, a few tons of food. Still, do you think it is enough for him? ఓ పంటి కింద కూడా రాదండి ఆయనకి. ఓ పంటి కిందకి మీరు టన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫుడ్ పట్టుకొచ్చినా ఆయన ఓ పంటి కిందకి రాదండి. డోంట్ థింక్ దట్ హీ నీడ్స్ సంథింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ యూ. We always ask, if you don't breathe, body will die. But if you do not recognize him there, and if you do not do something through him, it is the Atma that dies. Yeah, body won't. Body will be okay. But is body important or Atma important? What is that? Among two, body and Atma, body and soul, what is more important object? Is it body or the Atma? True? How much time you give for God every day for Atma's sake? We give 24 hours for body because we are breathing. But for Atma's sake, to feel the presence of God, we hardly give any time. Because it's invisible, so we don't care. But we realize after it left the body. As long as it is here, we don't recognize. But when it left the body, then people around say, what to do? His time is up. Then no use showing sympathy towards such people. So my friends, it's really needed to recognize the presence of God in the form available to us. In a way, he came all the way down to us. That is Vigraha. Feel his presence in Vigraha. Realize his presence through the Vigrahams. And there you offer, there you say, there you chant, dedicate whatever you want. This is what Vishnu Chitta Swami taught to Goda Devi. And Goda Devi understood that. And then she saw that Lord in her own temple, where the Lord is laying on the serpent bed called Vatapatrasyayi. She loved him so much. And she wanted to see where else God is available, that. And he took her to all the temples and showed. Lord Ranganatha looked so beautiful. She said, I want to marry him. Father was really, shocked. We speak many things, but when children really believe in what we say and start following, then we get upset. Most of the parents, right? So Vishnu Chitta Swami taught about God to Goda and asked her to see the presence of God in the Archa Murti. And she understood the Lord Ranganatha as really a beautiful one and wanted to marry him. And father was shocked. How? I don't know that. I want it. Every day, Goda Devi wanted to decorate the garlands that are made for the Lord, Vatapatrasyayi. When father used to keep them in a bag and go to the garden work, before he comes, she used to decorate all the garlands to her and check herself in the mirror, am I fit for Lord Ranganatha or not? She used to check and again put them in the basket. She didn't know that it is wrong. One day father saw that and got upset. You did wrong. These are polluted garlands now. How can I offer these garlands to Lord? He could not do that. He stopped. But you know what happened? When he slept, he got a dream. Lord appeared in his dreams and said, Mama Garu, why didn't you bring garland to me today? And Vishnu Chitta Swami was really scared. Lord, please pardon me, my Lord. My little girl wore them all, not knowing that she is polluting them. You saw today only, right? She was doing this job since long. Oh, I did mistake. Since many days, I am so sorry, my Lord. Then he said, hey Vishnu Chitta, I want only those garlands that are decorated to Goda Devi and offered to me. I want them to be more fragrant by touching the hair of Goda Devi. I don't want garlands with no fragrance. So from tomorrow onwards, see that every garland that is made by you should be offered to Goda Devi first and then given to me. He gave the similar instruction even to the priests of the temple. From that day on, the practice became, it's common. Any garland they offer to Goda and then they offer to Lord. But Vishnu Chitta Swami realized, my God, you are not an ordinary girl. You came to save me. He spoke that in Tamil. So a lady savior is called Andal. Andal means Goda Devi's name became Andal because she came to save the world. You came to save me. Vishnu Chitta said that became her name from that day on. What did she do? Garlands decorated, removed and given to God. That's why her name in Tamil, Chudi Kodutta Nachiyar. Chudi, she decorated the head, Kodutta, removed and given to God. She is a little girl, Nachiyar. Chudi Kodutta Nachiyar. Same thing in Sanskrit. A Mukta Malya Da. The Krishnadevaraya Swami, the king, wrote a work on Goda Devi, understanding the greatness of Goda in the name of Amukta Malyada. Mukta means, taking off. Amukta means decorating and then taking off. And she put off the malas. Those malas were offered to Lord Ranganatha. Amukta Malya Da gave. That is Goda Devi. She sang 30 songs as the quintessence of all the Vedas. During this 1 month time, Dhanurmasa, every day one song is sung and offered to the Lord. Goda Devi did thus. We are also doing the same thing. And many devotees do that. We are very happy during this Dhanurmasa. We are all here, just trying to understand something of her divine activity. My friends, some people do say the world we see is an illusionary thing. What do you accept? Do you accept it? It is an illusionary stuff? The world we live in? Is it permanent or temporary? How do you say? The world we live in. Is there anything that remains permanent here? We see the snow there outside. Is it permanent? Trees, are they permanent? Life, is it permanent? Is the world permanent we live in? No? Okay. Then is it real or not real? Not real? It's all Maya. People say it is Maya. People say it is illusionary. But Goda Devi said, no, this is not Maya. Goda Devi said it is real, but not permanent. It keeps changing her forms. Nature keeps changing her forms from one to the other, from seed to the tree, from tree, branches, flowers, fruits, again wood, again fire, again mud. From there it starts, again there it merges. We start as a small cell, taking something from the nature, grew this much of big body, and again all these things are disintegrated, and again they go into their origins, and that remain always. The nature remains always. Forms are changed, names are changed, colors are changed, purposes are changed, but elements will be there always. This is a permanent nature which is the divine body of God. Love this. Do you like nature or not? When it is Maya, why do you love it? The nature is not Maya. The nature is true. True means if it is resulting to something, that is true. Anything. What do you say? Dream is true or not? Dream. How many of you get dreams? If not daily, now and then. Do you get dreams? Right? Is dream true or not? We love to see that it becomes true. Dream is true, remember. The definition I have given you to the truth is like resulting to something that is true. When you wake up, are you talking about the dream? Whether it is a scary dream or enjoyable dream. You talk about it, right? That itself is a result. You relish that. That itself is a result. True. Dream is true. So also the world is true. It's not permanent. But the miraculous things that you see are a kind of mixer stuff. They are mixed photographs that are already recorded in your mind. In some location, where exactly is not necessary for us. But whatever you have experienced during this lifetime or maybe in previous births, all they are very much kept recorded in you in some location. When you are in dreams, they pop up. And a kind of a mixture will be there. And then you see something as if you are flying in the sky, or just you are laying on the waters, or you may be doing something else. It's a mixture. But it is true. Because it is resulting you to enjoy something, to experience something. By that experience, some portion of your karma is released. Whether it is a positive dream, some punyam is cleared. Whether it is a scary dream, some papam is cleared. So punyam, papam, whatever that we do, whether it's a positive or negative experiences, resulting to reduce that karmic loads on us. That is for individual sake. And same, whatever we see in the vast world, all these objects are created for collective consumption of karmic loads. Now you see the chair here, and you may be thinking, so nice. Somebody may be thinking, it's of course. Somebody may be thinking, no, it's not. You are thinking something, right? By thinking something, a portion of karma is reduced. And then, in preparing this, there is effort. Many people's effort is there. Somebody brought this chair, somebody brought this cloth, somebody decorated it, somebody pushed it, somebody again pushed it back, and after some time somebody again they move it out. Many things will happen with this. And before it come here, somebody made it. In that there is effort of so many people. So each individual object of this world is involved with many people's karma. So any external object, anything in the world, experienced by many people, karma of many people is involved there. Whether it is positive, then punyam is taken care. Whether it is negative, papam is taken care. Both, either dream or the world, is the act of God. He makes it for you. He creates things for you. But both are true. The dream is true, so also the world is true. We are living in that. But in each of these things again, it is God who is present. Don't hate anything. Don't say anything is mean. Everything is pious. Everything is good. And everything is for you. It is created by God. God is there in that too. So, remember that these things are divine form of God. The nature you live in is a nice form of God. Love the nature. But love the nature as the divine body of God. Understand? How do you reach God? You cannot reach God directly. Even you cannot reach the Atma also. I want my friend who is sitting there. Can you stand up, my friend? Yes. Can you come to the dais? No. Moment. Keep your body there and then come. Can you come? Why? You can't be without your body. You understand? You can come only through your body. Please be seated. You want to honor him. How do you honor? With a garland. To whom do you put the garland? You call him directly from the body and then put the garland? Through the body. Through the body. And with him there are two bodies. Don't think otherwise. One body that cannot be separated. But another body which can be separated. That is a shirt. This can be separated. But this cannot be separated. You got two now. But you put the garland. No matter whether it is separable or inseparable. But you put it there. And the inner one is the one who receives that. Is it right or wrong? Same way, whatever you see, because it is the form of God, it is the body of God, whatever you want to do, do it to this, to the nature. Take care of the nature. Worship the nature. Love the nature. But the first word, what I said, you need to remember. Though it is the divine form of God, because He is everywhere, but you won't be able to feel it because of the names and forms and purposes that you assign to them. So, you need to understand this, but diving deep into that is through that. Though ocean is everywhere, you just can't directly jump into the ocean, you need to take a shore. From the shore, you can just enter the ocean. So also, when you have, every form is God, but to feel Him, you need a deity. Through the deity, you can understand, you can do something, but realize that everything is God's form. This is what Goda Devi said in Tirupavai. And that is what liked Ramanujacharya Swami. And he also gave a beautiful concept to the world and then said, when everything is becoming his divine body, what part of the body you like more in your body? You have a body, right? What part of the body you like very much? చెప్పండి, మీ దేహంలో దేన్ని మీరు బాగా ప్రేమిస్తారండి? అండి, ఫేస్. నిజంగా కీప్ ద ఫేస్, దెన్ రిమూవ్ ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద బాడీ. డూ యూ డూ దట్? నో? No, I didn't ask about many people, I asked you. Do you think the face becomes beautiful without the rest of the body? Never. Never. Each part of the body is equally important. You need to take care of every part of the body. Then only your face becomes good, looks beautiful. Otherwise, it also becomes something in a different way. Is it right or not? So, no single part of the body is having any lesser importance. Every part is equally important, having equal status. But sometime, some object, sometime, some part comes into action. Not every part comes into action at a stage. Once your hand works, then your tongue works, then your teeth work. So each object or each part takes their own role at a different time zone. That's how you are leading the life. So also in this world. So also among the creatures. Goda Devi said this, Ramanujacharya spread this. Though Goda Devi understood this and beautifully she sung the Tirupavai, but Ramanujacharya Swami during the 11th century, when he born here on this earth, he wanted to see that this message reaches people and everybody is equally respected. How many of you know at least a couple of mantras? Some mantra, any mantra. Om Kesavaya Namaha, also a mantra, right? How many of you know mantras? Everybody knows mantras. Everybody. You are chanting mantras, right? But it was not the case during the period of Ramanujacharya. Mantra was not permitted to be chanted by everybody. For women, no right to chant mantras. They are totally kept away. For others also, many restrictions to chant mantras. That was the situation in those days. But Ramanujacharya, when he observed the world and understood the nature, he thought, this is really not right. Even Krishna didn't say that. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 9th chapter, he said, whoever dedicates to me, let them be anyone. Let them be anyone. I like them. I accept them to me. Striyaha, Vaisyaha, Tatha Sudraha, Yepisyuh Papayonayaha. I never discriminate anybody. Tepi yanti parangatim. Everybody can attain divinity. He said the right is to everybody. But society did not permit that, unfortunately. Some people kept away from the society as untouchables, auspicious. Some people were not given chance to chant mantras. Totally all women were not at all permitted to chant mantras. Today you are doing. You know how you are doing today? Who opened the doors for all of us to chant the mantras? It's Ramanujacharya. For him to take the mantra, it took 18 times. We heard about when our children were explaining. He took 18 times to go all the way from Srirangam to from Tirukostiyur. Almost 200 miles. Going on foot, coming on foot, now, not now, then again, after 6 months, after 3 months, after 5 months, again after 4 months, come, go. After 18th time, then Guruji gave that mantra. He took the mantra. But he understood the value of the mantra. Without knowing that mantra, if the life goes, it becomes waste, taking the human body. That also he understood. And then he wanted to tell people, make best use of your body, human body, don't waste it. He climbed the temple tower of the city. And then he invited people and just he gave the mantra to all of them. Whoever are interested, take this mantra. Interested. Asayudayorkellam. Not only he gave the mantra then, but he established a lineage of 74 gurus, scholars, and said, go around the world. Give the mantra to whoever is interested in this. Parulagil asayudayorkukurum. No matter wherever it is. Go to any corner of the place, of the world. What is the qualification to eat the food? Hunger. Are there a few sections of the society fit for eating and some not fit for eating? Will it be like that? No way. Animal, insect, anyone can eat food. All that qualification needed is hunger. So whoever has hunger can eat food. So also whoever is a seeker can get the mantra. No other questions are asked. Give the mantra to anybody. Guruji was not really happy with it. And he got upset and said, hey, you go to hell because you are crossing my line. But Ramanuja said, what happens if the mantra is known? They'll be delivered from their miseries, right? Okay. Let the world be delivered from the miseries and let me go to hell. I am ready for that hell. Can you say that? Can anyone say that? Keeping his life at risk, not caring the hell he is going to fall in. He gave the mantra to the entire world, saying that let the world be redeemed of their pains and problems. Let them come out of their pains and torturings. Even I go to hell, I am the first person to accept it. Guruji's heart was moved. And Guruji hugged Ramanujacharya and said, Ramanuja, you are greater than all of us. You know why? We saw the value of the mantra, but you saw the pains of the people. We know that we want to be always in good moods with God, but you thought everybody should be in a joyous mood with God, not singly. I think you understand well. Joy is not something should be enjoyed alone. Do you know that? Joy shared is the joy doubled. ఆనందం అనేది ఎప్పుడు ఒంటరిగా అనుభవించేది కాదండి. ఒంటరిగా అనుభవిస్తే దాన్ని ఏడుపు అంటారు, లేదా ఇంకోటి ఏదో అంటారు. Imagine one person is sitting all alone and just enjoying and laughing. What do you call him? How do you consider him? a mad guy. ఆనందమైన ఒంటరిగా అనుభవించదగినది కాదు. Ramanuja realized this fact. So joy must be always shared. The more people you share, the more your joy will be multiplied. You understood Ramanuja, you are greater than us. That's why they named Ramanuja as, the Guruji gave the name, Em Perum Anar. You became greater than us. In Tamil he said, it became his name, his title. That is Ramanuja. All of you are chanting mantras today because of the grace of Ramanuja. When we get some kind of help from somebody, is it necessary to say thanks to such people? Are you doing that ever? Anybody does something to you, do you say thanks? Huh? If somebody gave you $1,000, what do you say immediately? Thank you, sir. Somebody gave you 10,000, what do you say then? Many more thanks. If somebody gives you 1 million flat, just Ashtangam, yeah. When you are given with a knowledge that cannot be valued with any kind of worldly stuff, knowledge about God, knowledge about the self, knowledge about the world, if you are blessed with such a kind of knowledge, how do you reciprocate? How do you repay? What a kind of thanks you say? What a kind of gratitude you show? But is it necessary or not to show something to such a great person when helps you? Ramanujacharya, there are only 2 acharyas in our history. One is the Shankaracharya and then the Ramanujacharya. When the whole ground was filled up with weeds, Shankaracharya was the one who removed all the weeds in a lifetime given to him, 32 years. He did a great job, but later he could not, because he was permitted only with that much of time. But he removed all the weeds. But removing the weeds and leaving the ground makes no sense. After 300 years came Ramanujacharya and then built a wonderful hall like this where people can sit, enjoy, sing, play, anything can be done. Ramanujacharya built a beautiful structure over that, the structure of concepts, the building of philosophy, where he proved that what is the essence of God, essence of Vedas. These are the 2 acharyas, Shankaracharya and Ramanujacharya. Both, if were not there, probably we people might have become blind, not able to know real values of life and Vedas. Great acharyas. Surprisingly, both acharyas born on the same day. Do you know that? Years are different. Time is different. 300 years before Shankaracharya, 300 years later Ramanujacharya, but both born on the same day. Vaisakha, Sukla, Panchami, Ardra star. Shankaracharya's birthday is the same day. Ramanujacharya's birthday is also the same day. Amazing, right? Both came to make us understand the value of our heritage, the Vedic lineage, and our own self, and fulfill the purpose of the life. My friends, this year, 2017, is millennium year of Ramanujacharya's birth. He born during 1017. So 2017 is his 1000th year, is completing. Is it necessary for us to pay some kind of respect to such acharyas or not? How many of you feel it is, yes, we have to do it? Right? How can we do that? If it is a man, yes, you can go and say, hi, happy birthday to you. Done. He gives a cake, we can eat and go. But what can I do to Ramanujacharya? How can we sing the happy birthday to you, Ramanujacharya Swami? Repaying, showing gratitude or showing our respect varies from person to person, right? If it is a tree, you felt gratitude and you want to pay something, how do you do that? Water it. If it is an animal helping you a lot, how do you rebuild? Gurum prakasayet dhiman. If you are wise enough, Gurum prakasayet. See the glories of the Guru known to the whole world. Let people adore the grace of the Guru. Let them understand and let them follow. That is the duty of one who understands that. Okay, this is one aspect. I'll tell you one more thing. How many of you like Lord Venkateshwara? Great. Why? Give money. It's simple. When you think of Lord Venkateshwara, what picture comes to your mind immediately? Face. Right. But what do you see in the face then? His Namam and Sankham and Chakram. Do you know who gave those things to Lord Venkateshwara and made him to be worshipped by us today? It's Ramanujacharya. That is the reason Lord Venkateshwara considered Ramanujacharya as his own Guru. His own Guru. After Ramanujacharya Swami departed from this world, then his disciple who was taking care of the temple was really upset with Venkateshwara, saying, you being capable one, but did not keep our Acharya with me, so I don't want to come and see you at all. I don't want to come to the temple. He didn't go to the temple. His name was Anantacharya. He didn't go to the temple. 7 days passed. Every day he used to carry flowers to the Lord. But 7 days he was absent. And it seems Lord Venkateshwara was upset. And immediately he just sent a word to Anantacharya, you have to come immediately to the temple. He summoned. Anantacharya came to temple, but stood like this, not seeing the face of Venkateshwara. And then Lord spoke through Archakas, because God, when He chose this form, He doesn't speak directly. He speaks through someone. He speaks through Archakas. So Archaka started talking on behalf of Lord. Hey Anantarya, why didn't you come all these 7 days? I'm so sorry. Why didn't you come? Why did you take my Guruji? Then Srinivasa said, he's not only Guru to you, because I took Sankham and Chakram from him. I took the Namam from him. So he is my Guru also. So I am also not happy. But you need to remember one thing. Anybody landed on this earth in a moving form should leave this world in course of time. That is the law of this land. Even I came several times. I also did the same thing. I came in the form of Krishna. I was here for 126 years. Thus, again I withdrew myself. So anyone should follow the law, my friend. So also Ramanuja Swami. So worrying about him is not what you have to do. Take his mission. Let's go ahead. But how can I bear with the separation? He asked. I also feel that the pangs of separation, my friend. Let us do one thing. Before leaving Ramanuja from this mountain, from this hill, the Seshadri, he gave you a stone deity for your regular worship, right? Bring it. Bring it to the temple and consecrate that on the northeastern side of my Sannidhi at a height as his foot touches my heart. Because he is my Guru, right? Guru's foot should be always in the heart of the disciple. Because I also his disciple, I want to keep his feet always at the height of my heart. This is the instruction given by Lord Srinivasa himself. That is the reason in the Srinivasa temple, there is a Sannidhi of Ramanujacharya in the name of Bhashyakarla Sannidhi. How many of you seen that? Not many. Not many. How many of you know Hundi? Everybody. That's good. We are very much concerned with the Hundi so that we can just drop something and pledge for something and get something, and if possible a couple of laddus also. And keep going. Next time when you go to Hundi, drop something whatever you pledged, turn around and see straight. You see a Sannidhi there where the name is written like Bhashyakarla Sannidhi, and check the height and see the Ramanuja Swami is sitting like that. The posture what you have seen is always in a sitting posture. And when you take the line from the lotus feet of Ramanujacharya and draw a line exactly, it comes to Srinivasa's heart. In other words, Ramanujacharya Swami is the Guru of Srinivasa, Venkateshwara. You like Venkateshwara, isn't it? To please Venkateshwara, not you liking Venkateshwara is important. To please Venkateshwara is more important. To please Venkateshwara, you need to serve his Guru. You need to do something to his Guru. He will be pleased. And if somebody praises your Guru, you are happy, right? Somebody talks anything good about your Guru, you feel happy, right? So also, if we say something good about Lord Srinivasa's Guru, he will be pleased. You need not ask then. He gives you anything that you need, everything that you need. Ramanujacharya Swami. He is, of course, a great religious leader. For religion, the word religion, nowadays we have variety of meanings. Keep it. He is a great spiritual leader at the same time. He is a great social reformer also. Because of him today, we are all chanting mantras. It's a great reformation. Harijans were kept away from the society. It is because of Ramanujacharya, he opened the doors of the temples and said, you also can have the darshan of God. Come in. He gave mantra even to them, because they are also children of God. Is it justifiable act to keep them away from the society? Not at all. If at all there are some people who are downtrodden, if there are some people who are underprivileged, probably God's love falls on them first, next on you. If there are 2 or 3 children to a mother, and one is pretty handicapped, not able to move on his own, and just lying on the bed, whom mother loves first? Another one is okay, pretty good, but one is not. Whom mother thinks about? The one who is handicapped for a mother. What about God then? Who is the embodiment of millions and trillions of mothers? A love personified is God, right? And all we are His children, and a few people are underprivileged or downtrodden, God's love falls first of all on them. And that's why Ramanuja said, I take care of such people first. Brought them into society, gave a mantra to them, permitted them into the temple, and made them to have the darshan of God and get the grace of God also. And made systems like that in the society. Then you may ask, Swamiji, why again untouchability is still there in the society? You may ask a question. The reason is that Ramanujacharya Swami did it, followed for 700 years with no break. Even today the system is going on, of course, in many places, but it is the time of Britishers when again they started playing politics with people. They started playing politics with the bureaucratic system and with political system. Divide and rule. They made some systems which are very religiously followed by the later governments even after independence. Unfortunate country we are in. But of course, the fortune is falling on us because the present Prime Minister, who wanted to do something to the country, preserve the prestige of the country, Mr. Narendra Modi, who understood the grace of those gurus and spoke about those gurus also. How many of you witnessed the Independence Day speech of Prime Minister, August 15th? Who saw that? అన్యాయం అండి ఇది, నిజంగా అన్యాయం అండి అది. మీరు ఆ దేశంలో పుట్టి ఆ దేశపు ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ గారు చెప్పిన మాట వినొద్దండి. Come on, I will show you that. You can just understand what he said.
भाइयों बहनों, ये वर्ष अनेक प्रकार से महत्व का है. देश दक्षिण के संत श्रीमान रामानुजाचार्य जी की 1000वीं जयंती मना रहा है. देश महात्मा गांधी के गुरु श्रीमद राजचंद्र जी, जिनको 150वीं जयंती मना रहा है. देश गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी के 350 सालवीं जयंती मना रहा है. देश पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय जी की शताब्दी का वर्ष मना रहा है. आज जब मैं रामानुजाचार्य जी को याद करता हूं तो एक बात मैं कहना चाहता, 1000 साल पहले आज जब सामाजिक तनाव देखते हैं तो रामानुजाचार्य जी संत पुरुष, उन्होंने देश को क्या संदेश दिया था. रामानुजाचार्य कहते थे, भगवान के सभी भक्तों को भेदभाव और ऊंच नीच का ख्याल किए बिना सेवा करो. उम्र जाति के कारणों की वजह से किसी का भी अनादर मत करो, हर किसी का सम्मान करो. जो बात गांधी ने कही, जो बात अंबेडकर ने कही, जो बात रामानुजाचार्य ने कही, जो भगवान बुद्ध ने कही, जो हमारे शास्त्रों ने कही, जो हमारे सभी आचार्य महंतों गुरुओं ने, शिक्षकों ने कही, वो है हमारे सामाजिक एकता की. समाज अगर टूटता है, साम्राज्य बिखरता है, ऊंच नीच में बढ़ जाता है, स्पृश्य अस्पृश्य में बच जाता है, तो भाइयों बहनों, वो समाज कभी टिक नहीं सकता.
Probably the first Prime Minister of the country spoke about our gurus after independence from the very prestigious Redfort on a very auspicious Independence Day. So, at least some good days are coming for us. Fortune is just falling on the country. Some people may like or may not like, when thousands and 500s have gone. Some people got upset, maybe. But he knows what the country needs. He knows what to do with the people, how to do to the country. At least, good days are coming, my friends. That is what I mean to say. Even the Prime Minister wanted to do something for the great acharyas like Ramanuja Swami, who talked about the equality among the masses, among the people, at least among the human beings. Of course, equality is needed among all the creatures. But at least understand, because you are a human being, understand all human beings are equal before God. Don't discriminate seeing the caste, the creed, the color, the race, the religion. It is the 1000th year of that Ramanujacharya. We felt like doing something to such great acharyas. Being a human guy, I felt like doing something, some kind of gratitude we need to show to that acharya. What do you feel? Do you also feel something like that? How many of you? Doing something, showing a kind of gratitude to him is our duty. How many of you feel it really? True? Words. Is it real? Should we do something? What? A tribute with words. Here it is. This is what we are trying to offer as a small flower, a token of our gratitude towards that acharya. Ramanuja Swami as the statue of equality. It's being created in Hyderabad. This is where we get a self-audio guided tour where we can keep the headset with us and select the language and select the places. It takes us to those places and gives us a kind of explanation about what it is and how it is, why it is, and so on. Ramanuja identified 108 places as the beacon lights of spreading the message of equality. all those 108 will be created all around Ramanuja's statue. They are in South India and also in North India. So wherever they are and in whatever form are all displayed here in regular Aradhana manner.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Punyam Bhoja Vikasaya Papadhvam Taharaya Cha Srimana Virabhubhumo Ramanuja Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.
This is a statue having 216 feet of height, made of 5 metals. And it is prepared in China. Now started reaching Hyderabad. And of course, erection process also started. This is Ramanuja's statue, another deity for regular Aradhana, made of gold, representing the lifespan he lived in, 120 years. So 120 kilos of gold is used in making the deity. This is the pillar of equality, where from Ramanuja comes out. This is a dome theatre which is called Omnimax, in which Ramanuja's life history will be depicted with different languages. Every evening, Ramanujacharya Swami comes out of the lotus and showers his grace around the world. As a token of our gratitude, we offer him Abhishekam every day. Few things are seen, but many more are there in that project, like because it is going to be called as the Statue of Equality. So everything related to equality will be there in that project. Like there are great people across the world who stood for values of equality in different continents of the world. There are people in Europe, there are people in Australia, people in Asia, people in Bharat, people in America too. So the data of all those great leaders who stood for the value of equality is collected, and their statues are also built and displayed there with the information of their contribution to the world in the project, which is called as the Great Hall of World Leaders Stood for Equality. There will be a great Vedic library where we can have the access to literature in a script we are able to read, and with the probable translations. That means the translation and transliteration both will be there, which will be kept there for the facility of persons who want to make some kind of research on the subject. So this is how the project is going to come. Of course, many more will be there in the project. The first phase of which is going to be dedicated to the world during October of this year, 2017, which is his millennial year. Do you like it? And do you like to participate in that? Right? Make your time reserved for the second part of October, because that's going to be dedicated to the world during the second part of October. We love to invite you all. We like that every one of you should be there in that function, because we want the joy must be shared and multiplied with you all. Even one person not there, still we feel that deficiency with us. Are you interested in coming and joining the function there? Okay. And tell to your friends too. You need not worry about the accommodation there, we will provide everything. And other facilities also will be there. It is in a place called Semshabad, which is just behind the international airport in Hyderabad. Now the project is spread in an area of 100 acres dedicated to this project. So the Peetham which you have seen there, which is called Bhadra Peetham, where Ramanuja Swamiji is sitting, is already finished. And then the China people started sending the material. One consignment is already reached the location yesterday, the 1st of 2017, and today 2 more consignments are reaching, and in a couple of weeks another 3 more consignments are also reaching, and then the erection process is on. By May the whole thing will be done by those people, but rest of the arrangements will be done by us till October. We kept it in October, though the birthday falls on the 1st May. The 1000th birthday is on 1st May, International Labor Day. But yet we kept it for October because summer is so hot there. You won't be able to bear with the hot sun there, because you are already growing here in the snow. You are very much acquainted with the snow, lot of snow. So you won't be able to bear with such a kind of, the climatic conditions there. We don't want to keep any kind of inconvenience to you. So we try to avoid that hot sun, the summer. Immediately follows the rainy season, where the rains are also very torrential, and which also causes you a lot of disturbance and difficulties to partake in the function. So we want to avoid that also. So the time between Dasara and Deepavali will be more congenial for everybody to enjoy the festive mood there. So we thought it is an ideal time for all of us to join, and we invite you all to take part in that function and enjoy the grace of our great gurus. And at the same time, remember the value of your culture. Though you are here today in US, but the roots are there, which are very, very strong, serene, time-tested, and more accommodative. So we started from there. We need to understand the grace of our gurus and do something for them. So we invite you all, first of all, let's all participate. Let's all fix up our minds to join the festival and participate in it and enjoy the warmth of their grace. We invite you all once again during this 2017. Let this new year bless us with good courage, ability to preserve our own traditions and culture. Mangala Sasanams to you all. Once again we offer our Mangala Sasanams to Sriman Vaishnavacharya ji and his family, Sri Vaniji, and also all the team of volunteers who made this evening really mesmerizing with a wonderful memory of the kids, and also with wonderful songs and dance and other performances made by the pregnates. Our Mangala Sasanams to all of you also who took the time on this working day and joined this function. Mangala Sasanams to you all. Jai Sriman Narayana.